Hey, welcome to the Stone House in Forest Hill Park. The door you just entered right here would have been the back of the house. People call it the Stone House, but the real name is Boscobel. The room you're looking at right now would have been the dining room. Right there would have been what we call the ladies' parlor. We're standing in right now the hallway. This would have been 4 rooms. This would have been the hallway, as I said. This was called a shotgun hallway because in the early 1800s, when this house was built, which was between 1839 and 1841, there was no central air. So you'd get the breeze from that door coming in from this door, and the rooms here had walls, and each one, the doors, there would not be a closed door, and then you would have basically central air. As I said, this would be the main parlor. This right here, this room here, would have been the gentleman's parlor. Like we said, that room was the ladies' parlor. And that is because the Victorian mindset, men and women could not mingle together because in the men's parlor there would be drinking and alcohol use and gambling and smoking, and proper women just didn't do that. But you and I both know that women did it, and did it probably in the same room. This was the formal parlor, like we said. This would have been the room if they had parties and events and Christmas and dances and such things as that. This was still the hallway. We will now go up the continuing staircase, the tight spiral staircase. As you can see, there's 4 bedrooms up here. Would have been 4 rooms downstairs, 4 rooms upstairs. It's a very tight squeeze up here, but there would have been 4 rooms up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are called Jack and Jill rooms because there's a little connecting door in between. This room here is the only room which we have furnished in the house at the moment. It is decorated roughly what you would expect an early 1800s house to be. When the Rhodes built this house, it was the early 1800s. A simple fact that you can see even with the floorboards and the walls, there is no bit of any metal nail in the entire building. Everything is either dovetailed or wooden peg. If you look at the outside of the home, it's granite. The granite was pardon me, it's actually very hot up here and a little stuffy. If you look downstairs and outside, you can see the granite building, and it was quarried in the park. If you go down to the lake, you can still see where the granite was quarried. This is the 1950s kitchen, where in the 50s and roughly up until the late mid-70s, there was a park caretaker here. Families lived up here, and downstairs was a meeting hall. Unfortunately, we cannot go down to the basement today because it's closed off. But down there it was basically for storage. They held alcohol and grains and foods and numerous other things. One of the main things they had, which kind of drew my attention, was 34 barrels of whiskey and wine and numerous spirits. Which, if you know me and the people I hang out with, that's basically one weekend. Looking at you, Trey. It would have been a fun time for all, so to speak. This is one of the first air vents they had. There was no lights or running water, so there was outhouse and food halls. And thank you very much for this virtual tour of the Stone House Boscobel in Forest Hill Park in Richmond, Virginia. If you ever have a chance to visit, please do so. Thank you.